This week on the show, we're featuring champagne quartz, green opal under the microscope cab, inflator on Why'd I Buy That, 22 new jokes, and now with a touch of sweet and a hint of salty. Well, I don't have an intro joke. Let's see. Do elephants ever get congested? I, I, I certainly hope not. That would be terrible. They, I mean, they would need like a really long bottle of decongestant. Okay, let's start the show. Hey, Colette. How's it going? This is a really nice piece of champagne quartz. I got a few points of this stuff, and some of it's darker than others. And if you look like from there, I could cut it into a couple of like earring pieces that would be about, like perfectly equal to each other because the color would match. Or I could cut it into one big bar, and I kind of wanted to see that. So it's not necessarily a real complicated gemstone, but it certainly is a lovely gemstone. I can see the lines. Yeah. Oh yeah. Wait till we look at it under the microscope, which will be pretty soon. It's great to see you. How you doing? How was your week? It's pretty clear. Oh, it's so pretty. You had to be defibrillated. Going good. How are you doing? Oh, I'm going pretty good. You know, doing things, getting her done, taking care of business, making it happen. Did a couple of shows, a couple of comedy shows. That was fun. They went well. I enjoyed them. The second one, I was like, I should have done more crowd work with the second one. Because I was all performance, 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 almost like there isn't even an audience. And one of the things I've noticed is that, like, let's say you go up on stage and you're going to do some jokes, and usually it's good to have an opener. And the opener kind of cracks the egg, and then the other jokes make people laugh more easily if you've got a really good opener or like a good second opener. But like let's say that doesn't do well, then other comedians will just like change up their act. They'll add some really funny joke that hit somewhere else. But what I've found is if you can add a little bit of crowd work, a little bit of honesty, like, oh, that joke didn't go so well. That comment will make people laugh more than the joke. And if that's the case, that's kind of like testing the water. You find out you got to do a little bit more crowd work. Sometimes you talk to people, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just kind of ask them yes or no questions and then follow up. And it makes for a more fun show. And man, it's so hard to prepare for crowd work, Colette. I'm so used to just, here's my jokes, let me read them to you. So, I'm kind of distracted from the gem. At this point in the gem, I was just uh, trying to decide what I was going to do with it. And I decided I liked it as it is. I didn't really want to change it too much. So I'm leaving it as is. I just kind of even it out over the next couple of videos, which aren't very long. And I'm rambling about comedy shows, which the other comedians did amazing. They did fantastic. More like them when you aren't yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, Colette, about comedy shows. I've noticed like before I started performing stand up, I remember something about a Jerry Seinfeld special that I had I had downloaded and I had listened to. And that was just, so I could listen to it. And I listened to it and whatever. It's good, funny comedian. Fast forward to being a comedian and having performed a few times. I'm trying to find the video. Okay, here we go. Having performed a few times, that's not the video though. There's another video in between that. Where's the other video? I may have lost the other video. I was thinking I might have done that. No, that's the beach quartz video. Labradorite video, that's coming up soon. Yeah, those are saw videos. Most of these are labeled too, so it's obviously not them. I think I may have lost the middle video, but basically I'm just evening the gem out to the point where it is now using about a sharp 240. Sometimes a dull 100 will work well, but since I was pretty much keeping it that way, I didn't want to eat them down too much. Just trying to even them out. And so I'm listening after I started performing stand-up comedy. I'm listening to Jerry Seinfeld, and I hear him make a mistake. Or like with the new David Spade special, there's a point where I see him go and look at. This is what you do: is you write your notes to keep you on track on a piece of a piece of paper. You write them on a cocktail napkin, and then when you go up on stage they have that little stool and you set the cocktail napkin under your drink. So whenever you need to look at your notes, you go over and get a drink. So I see him look down at the stool like very it's not just like, oh, there's my drink. It's like, oh, let me focus in on this text cuz I'm old and my eyes are crippled and I need to like take a moment to check my bifocals. I love David Spade. He's so funny. He would love that. So he goes over and he looks down at his like drink and he's like looking down at it and he picks up his drink and he takes a drink and I can see him like while he's got his head tipped back for the drink, I could see him glance down his nose at the notes on the stool. And then when he sets his drink down, he like head nod down toward the stool, very, very obviously setting it down. And I can see him looking at his notes. And so, uh, oh, hey, Kiwi Claw, how's it going? Regrouping. Grouping and regrouping. Scrapping, how's it going, man? Good to see ya. What you up to? We were talking about recognizing things in videos about comedians before and after performing on stage. I'm starting to understand more of, it's like I want to give the audience what they want. My jokes make me laugh, but they're in my head. How do I get them out of my head and out into their head? I guess, and we've got to use these things that we have like mouths and words and hands and gestures and body language and presentation and performance. It's an art, sort of. Something. I don't know. Something like that. Anyways, you guys are great. Hope you're having a great week. Let me get out the microscope so we can get to. This show is almost over. I'm running out of footage. Didn't you just start? Yeah, well, I mean, yes. The short answer is yes. The long answer is also yes. Oh, there. Hey. 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 So you guys couldn't see me being like looking down my nose when he's taking a drink, looking down his oh, okay, looking at his notes. Yeah, I've been doing it about a year now, and to be honest, I mean, it's not really like I've been doing it a year because I haven't really been taking it seriously. I do a mic like every other week, and there's comedians who do like 4 and 5 mics a night, 5 days a week, and so that's taking it seriously. And also, the longer answer is that, like, most people don't really actually get traction in comedy, to put it into one word. They don't get traction in comedy until about 10 years in. So I am, yes, and yes, just start. I don't know, Colette. I tell a lot. I guess you could say LPMs, which is laughs per minute. And I tend to get about 5 laughs a minute. So if I'm doing a 5 minute set, that would be 25 punches, 25 laughs. So probably around 25 jokes, maybe a little more if one doesn't go very well. So yeah, about 25 so 10 minutes, 50 jokes, and you could boil it on out from there. 3 to 7 jokes a minute, so average of 5. So you could say in like a half an hour special or, a 20-minute special, say 20 minutes would be 4 times 5 minutes, or uh, 20 minutes times 5. So it'd be 20 times 10 is 200, so that'd be 100 jokes in a 20-minute set. It's a lot of punches. But if you can get things like if you can get laughs out of like a pause or like a reference or a tag back or just a facial expression you add at the end, that'll help too. Okay, are we ready? There it is. No, we're not. All right, so this is the gem of the week. It's got a little chip on top. I was thinking about grinding that down a little more. I've actually got some room. I could go down with it. And it's got like a couple bubbles in it, which I'm okay with. I kind of like that because that adds like realness to it. Let's see if I can zoom back in on this. Just kind of turn the back sides in a little bit, and then the face, that natural face, is one of these. One of these two is the original natural face. I think it's this one. And it's a nice clean piece too. I'm really impressed with how clean this is. I like it. It's a nice stone. I'm probably gonna keep it. I don't know. Put it in the collection, put it in the treasure box. I don't know. Might auction it off. Anyways, it's a cool gem. So, oh, I didn't even show it in the webcam, did I? That's about how big it is. So it's kind of a neat piece, you know. It's got a nice champagne color. I was like, yeah, that'll go good on the Instagram, right? And then I got some of this little blue green opal that I need to send a piece to Colette. She sent me so much. I gotta send her some cool pieces. It's not a ruby at all, Colette. It's like the opposite of a ruby. It's like the opposite end of the color wheel because, green is when you combine blue and yellow. And so it's like the opposite of that, but still, it's pretty cool. I got two pieces of it. Really small stuff, but I was like, how long is this going to be available, right? And opal is always cool. This piece is pretty neat too. And I think this piece is pretty clean. So actually, I might try and like flatten off this like dusty side where my thumb is, and I'll try to like make it into a gem. See that flare? That'd be pretty nice. These are the colors of them. So, like them. That's the plan. Not much on the microscope cam, but we did get to look at some stuff. So I hope you enjoyed it. What else do we got? I bought something. What did I buy? Seeds? No, that was last week. All right. Falling behind on the show, people. Fired. I need a crew. I really do. I need like a crew. Not necessarily to run the show, just to repeatedly beat me for not getting the show aired on time. That probably wouldn't work. It would probably work a lot better if they helped me run the show. Where is our folder? It's on the desktop, and we go to slideshow. We cut these out. We put them into the why did I buy that clips reels thing. Whoops. And then we go back to product slideshow. Downloads. Okay, now the only problem is I think I have to reload the product slideshow. Shabam. Okay, so I bought an inflator. I thought that was just a funny word, right? Inflator? Because I was like, what am I going to call this thing? A tire air chuck filler? Air blower? A blower? A blow task thingy? Inflator. It's a funny word, right? I should actually put that on the funny words list because I have a funny words list going. But I didn't buy the funny words list. What I bought was an inflator. Which inflator did I buy and why did I buy that? Because I've got the little one and I've got the stick where it does it both ways for like bigger truck tires when you've got dualies. The stick, for the other side, you get in there and you hook it. But I don't have a dually yet. Page Farm's going to buy me a dually when I finish that folding machine, which I did make some more progress on. I'm proud of that. We're talking about a laundry folding machine. not just the foldy mate, but like you just throw the laundry, you take this ball of laundry from the hamper, you put it in the washing machine. You take the ball of laundry from the washing machine. You put the ball in the drying machine. You take the ball of laundry out of the drying machine and you shove this ball of laundry, stamp it, kick it, run from across the room and put your elbow into it into this machine. Probably not that much. That would be a lot of work, but you put the ball of laundry in the folding machine and it folds them. And so I've actually been working on a prototype, and so I'm making my way through the system of this and actually making progress at it. But that's another topic because I didn't buy that either. I bought an inflator. Which one did I buy? I bought one of the trigger ones, right? And they've got like a $40 version and they've got like a $16 version. And so I'm like, well, I don't know how well this thing is going to work. So I bought the $16 version and I haven't tried it out yet, but I needed something for the show this week. And so that's what I bought, and that's why I bought that. And really, I was like, okay, how do I find this thing in the store? So I went over to the Air Tools area because this is in Harbor Freight. And I was like, okay, let's look for the things with the gauges. Because I was looking on Amazon and I didn't quite know. I was like, all right, what about Harbor Freight? Sometimes it's cheaper just to pick it up at Harbor Freight when I'm over there. And it actually, I think it was, it's a couple bucks cheaper. So I'm in a Harbor Freight and I'm looking, and they've got them like down towards the bottom in the yellow packages, which didn't really have anything to do with it. It was just mostly about trying it out and seeing if I like it. It's an all-in-one thing. You plug it in and you pull the trigger to fill it, and when you let off, it gives you the reading. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. Anyway, that's what I bought, and that's why I bought that. Have you ever bought an inflator? What was it for? And why were you inflating things? This is not an interview. This is the joke portion of the program. Nope, that's the text. Moving that there. What about this? Okay, there we go. Gemstones. Almost done though. We got like seconds and there's like 20 jokes to do. Okay, where were we? Got nothing this week. Something about going to the doctor. You ever notice how the hotter the front desk clerk is, the more expensive the place is? I saw somebody in public and they were off in the distance. They were talking on their cell phone, and I couldn't hear from what they were saying because they were so far away. But I started getting concerned about the conversation because they started using hand gestures while they were on their cell phone. Like the other person could see their hand gestures. And it had me thinking we need like a cell phone attachment, something kind of like a stylus where you pull it out of the phone, you put it in your other hand and you wave it around, and as you make hand gestures while you're talking, then it will put those text emojis on screen and send those so that people can see that you're also talking with your hands. I think we're onto something here. This one is just a note on foreign girl mating practices. And I never actually built that out, but I wanted to I thought it was a funny premise. I was like, you know, sometimes when you hit on women, you don't know where they're from. You don't know what foreign mating practices are like. So sometimes you just got to try things. I tucked a bunch of napkins into my collar to act like William Shakespeare because somebody said they were from. I don't know where William Shakespeare's from because I'm a dumb comedian. Speaking of being dumb, I am really, really clumsy. I tried huffing glue, but I sneezed and my nostrils stuck together. Let's see. I added some performance parts to my car, and since I like food so much, I had really loud exhaust installed so I can order the extra refried bean burritos. I bought a chair, and I really love my chair. It's one of the chairs with motors, but I took the motors out and put a mechanical bull in for when the ladies come over. Let's see. Do elephants ever get congested? No, that I got way too many not joke notes. It's like half-finished jokes this week. Because I was like, that is just sad. That is really, really at the beginning of the show, I did not know what to say. I was like, that is sad. That is not funny. There's nothing funny about a congested elephant. I mean, I guess it's kind of funny to imagine him like laying back in a hot tub with his, you know, trunk wrapped in a hair tie thingy, and like a neti pot sitting there. Can you imagine the size of that neti pot? Okay, moving. Speaking of going to the doctor, I wanted to get checked out because I had an ailment. Yeah, okay. I had an ailment and I wanted to get checked out, but I wasn't quite sure. So I Googled my symptoms and I felt kind of comforted when when it was in the top search results because I don't want something that's a few scrolls down. Um, which also I was like, if it's in the top few search results, I can probably afford to get the doctor to fix it. If I have to scroll a few times, the doctor's probably gonna have to charge a lot for that. Yeah, we gotta iron that one out because I think there's something there. Let's see. Oh, that's not a joke. I can't count that one. That's just a note of reality. Really want to get to know people, but then I realize that means I have to let them to get to know me. No, that's not funny. Okay. Kind of funny. Yeah, a little bit. Lot of similarities. Oh, okay. Yeah, I love my chair. Speaking of chairs, I love my chair so much I want to be buried with it. I made a special coffin just for my chair. I'll be cremated, but my chair will just be exhumed normally. And it's easy to love a chair because there's a lot of similarities between a chair and a wife. Both of them support you, both put up with you making a lot of crumbs, and both of you are there for the end of the day. Or blah, blah, blah. Both of them are there for you at the end of the day. All right. Almost halfway. It's good news, right? Yeah, I love you too. Let's see. I was on a dating app and I saw someone I wanted to match with and I swiped right so fast it was like I was starting a lawnmower. Or I could say, the opposite and say I swiped left so fast. But left is across to you. Right is more like left would be the other hand. You could do it that way. Uh I'm so manly that when I zip up my pants, I yell back, back. Zip. That one's pretty stupid. Um, Man, I just got nostalgic the other day. I realized that COVID was so long ago. There are kids born after the lockdown that are now old enough to pronounce conspiracy. Let's see, we're gonna come back to that one. Uh, Occasionally I dream. Hey, it's possible, But no, not that kind of dream. That's called a daydream. Okay. But this is a night dream. Only sometimes I sleep during the day. Anyway, but it was a good dream. I like the good dreams. Like one where the only problem is that there are too many cookies in the world and you have to eat all of the cookies to save the planet. And you're cutting off the tops of jugs of milk and you're pouring the cookies in and you're throwing them back like kids are in danger. That sounds like my kind of dream. I don't know if that was a joke. I think that was just like a point of bonding. One of the worst, almost done. One of the worst things about social media is not knowing if you've been ghosted or if they died. And the worst part is trying to decide which one I'd prefer. Um, oh, I kind of rehashed one of my jokes. Okay, so it's kind of folded differently. The end punch is the same as a different joke, but it's like I totally folded it in differently. I want it to be a little nicer or more like welcoming, you know. Not that it wasn't, but I think this is even better. These days, people grow their medicine at home, and this medicine is just so powerful. When I add concentrates, I go from hi to how you doing, and it's like, what are we doing here? Are we partying or are we transcending dimensions? I mean, it's so powerful the people next to me get secondhand munchies. I don't know. I think that one's kind of funny. It I think it's better. I think it's better than the other one. Two more. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one, I guess. Maybe you don't want to hear this one. It's pretty dumb. I don't know. I think I wrote this one when I was really tired, but I was thinking it's kind of funny. I try to keep it professional, and I do. I've always, made a thing out of, just keep it professional, Jacob, keep it stick with business, Don't be flirting around all the time, Stick to business. I'm trying to iron out the intro. I keep it professional. Don't be flirting around all the time. You got to stick to business. Not every woman in the world wants my penis. And the thought of that is just heartbreaking. I mean, how could they just reject me like that? They don't even know the real me. Oh, and this one's a Rodney Dangerfield joke. My wife said every time we have relations, she can see the dog looking at us. She said she doesn't mind though, because then she doesn't have to look at me. No respect. But at least I do get to give you the joke portion of the program. And a little bit of Sunday entertainment. Get you ready for the week. I hope you're having a great week. Let's see, where was I? Craft Grow, welcome, bro. Secondhand munchies is it's so good. Munchies are terrible. They're terrible, but they're so wonderful, aren't they? I have arrived at equal to a chair. Conspiracy. Okay, that one's a funny one. Dreamed about Wonkaland. Pretty much. Oh, it just sounds so good, doesn't it? Craft Grow understands. Um. Oh wow, Brianna White. I love the color. How's it going? Definitely. Okay. All right. That's what I got for you this week. You guys are awesome. Colette S, Craft Grow, Brianna White, Scrapping, Hoarding, Tinkering Fun, Kiwi Claw, DHA, and all of you out there in YouTube land. Have yourselves a fantastic week. I'll see you guys next week. I'm going to be doing either a piece of topaz, probably, the malachite. I'll be doing the malachite because I got to do that one. But I'll see you guys next week.